absolutely. The specs on the X200 Pro look absolutely crazy. I hear the camera's insane. You get a 200 megapixel periscope lens. Excited to check that out. You get the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 and just all of the flagship specs you would expect. Anyways, let's dive into it. Let's open up the box, see what we get, and then of course get some hands-on with the new X200 Pro from Vivo. Let's get started. Here is the X200 Pro, co-engineered with Zeiss from Vivo. Opening it up, let's see what we get. Setting our phone to the side for just a second. SIM ejection tools, standard booklets, plus an included case. You can tell that the camera module is fairly large right away. You get a USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable for charging, and the included charging brick via USB Type-A, which is up to 90 watts Vivo Flash Charge. And on to what you came to see, the X200 Pro. It looks like they included the black variant. There are multiple colors to choose from. Anyways, I'm going to boot this up for the first time. We're going to take a closer look at the hardware of this flagship. Down at the bottom, SIM card slot, microphone, USB Type-C port, one of our speakers. Make note, on the right side, very flat. A lot of real estate to hold on to, but the screen has just a slight curve on the edge there. It's very minimal. Power button, volume rockers. Take note of that very large camera module there on the back. Up towards the top, looks like you have an IR blaster and a microphone. And then along the left side, absolutely nothing. Close look at that black color. It says Vivo on the back, and there it is. That insane camera system. A close look at that camera system from Zeiss. In the upper left is that 200 megapixel telephoto camera. You also get a 50 megapixel main sensor with the Sony Lydia 818 sensor and a 50 megapixel ultra wide angle lens with a J1N1 sensor. You like the texture surrounding the camera as well. Anyways, I'm going to run through the startup process, talk about anything that's noteworthy. There is an in-display fingerprint scanner. Setting it down, a couple of things I want to point out. First of all, the haptic feedback is great, very premium, exactly what I would expect out of a flagship. But also, while holding on to the phone, since the camera module is so big, you try and rest your finger under that camera, but it's still a little top-heavy overall, so it's going to take a little bit to get used to it. Anyways, you can add more fingerprints if you'd like. Vivo has included Gemini as your personal AI assistant with Google. You can also use their voice assistant. All right, we are all set up and ready to go with their FunTouch OS, which is their skin on top of Android. I'd like to point out Vivo did include a pre-installed screen protector. I'd recommend leaving this on. Always satisfying taking them off, though. Close look at the 6.8-inch AMOLED display, 2800 by 1260 resolution. Also, I want to point out that it has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, so fairly compact considering. This display also has a 120 hertz refresh rate that I can tell is already enabled.